45 years old, and I'm supposed to be saving for retirement, but yet I can't afford a trip to the grocery store. I can't fill my
Crazy.
freezer. We have to just get the basics for each week because groceries are through the roof, gas is through the roof, and we haven't gotten any raises.
We shouldn't be making freaking life decisions at the gas station or the grocery store. I don't think that's supposed to happen. But yet we have normalized it to a point where like, hey, like this is just normal. We've done it so many times that we automatically start doing hood math in our heads to make sure that, hey, how much food can I get after putting $20 in this gas tank, $25 in the gas tank? You know what I'm saying? And this is getting out of hand, chat. Okay, and they want us to talk about retirement.
To combat that, how the hell are we supposed to retire? How are you Gen X mamas? How is the Gen X generation even making it? Are we going to retire?
Y'all do realize that like we may genuinely be cooked as Americans. You know what I'm saying? And the worst part about this is that like none of us have really been prepared for how expensive life would get as we got older. No one has really prepared us for the fact of how expensive, you know, our 40s and 50s are going to be compared to the last generation and the generation before that. Our generation is going to be completely different when we turn 50 years old, and it's going to be not what we expect. What they didn't tell us is that getting older as an American in America, like the healthcare, the freaking prescriptions, the long-term care, and the assisted living, the things your body is going to need that your savings probably won't even cover, is one of the most expensive things that a human being can do in this country. And millions of Americans are getting closer to that reality every single day without having anything near enough to handle that situation. And just to give you guys an idea of what this video is going to be, let me tell you what the retirement picture really looks like right now for the average American. Let's say, you know, an American is 55 to 64 years old, right? These are the people that are closest to retirement. And you have about, let's say, $180,000 saved up, okay? Now that sounds like a lot, you know what I'm saying, until you do the math. Financial experts say that you really need roughly 10 to 12 times your annual salary saved to retire comfortably. For someone making $60,000 a year, that means you would need to have $600,000 to $700,000 minimum saved for retirement. $185,000 versus $600,000. That is a huge difference. That is not close whatsoever. That is a gap so wide that for millions of Americans, retirement as it was described to them simply doesn't even exist anymore. Is retirement even a thing now? The retired couple will spend over $300,000 out of pocket on healthcare costs in their retirement while they're in retirement. $300,000, guys. After they have already stopped working, after the paychecks have stopped coming in, the math simply does not work, okay? And for most Americans, it was never going to work. And no one told them that while they were spending 40 years believing in a fairy tale and being lied to.
She's well past the age of retirement and she's still working.
Hey, Di, this is what you should be doing.
Bro,
Yeah.
no, hold on, bro. Look at this lady. Look at this poor lady. She don't need to be working, bro. She should be chilling on a beach somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, she put in the time, bro. Let her chill. Let her have her peace. Crazy, man.
Sitting outside having a cup of tea, enjoying your retirement.
The government got to do better.
But there's no stopping Di.
Hello, girls.
Hi, Di.
Today is Di's first day back on the job after shoulder surgery kept her on the sidelines
Does nobody
for
find
6
anything?
weeks.
Does anyone
She's
find anything
missed
wrong
it,
with this? Or
and
am I tripping?
they've missed her.
Welcome back, Di.
Thank you.
So good to have you back.
But she's also missed her income.
Is there lots of work?
And that's what keeps her coming back to her computer as she edges closer to her 80th birthday.
Why haven't you retired yet, Di?
Because I can't afford to. I mean, my wages are $1,100 a fortnight. That's what I take home.
Man, what?
I get 700 odd part pension from Centrelink, but my rent's cut, that wipes out my rent. So I'm really living on the 1,100.
After paying for
Crazy,
health
man.
insurance, car insurance, groceries and power bills, there's not much left.
I always say that I'd like to work because I want to, not
Lying.
because I have to.
Lying, man. Lying, bro. No one wants to work because they want to, right? People are working because they have to. I believe if everyone had the choice to not work, they would choose the other one. Trust me.
Most people will not retire, or they will have to majorly downgrade their lifestyle when they do. This is because they are dependent off of
That's true
a
too.
company.
That's true too. Okay, I'm sorry for pausing it, but I gotta say this too, right? The people that do end up retiring, their quality of life goes down tremendously. You know what I'm saying? They have to downgrade almost every aspect of their life. And why do people have to do that? This is why, traveling overseas or, the passport bros, so to speak, are incredibly popular, and they have been for the past couple of years, because as an American, as things getting really expensive, people are going down to, South America or Southeast Asia. People are going to, Eastern Europe to find a more affordable life while sacrificing their quality of life as well. So I think that that's going to be one of the only choices that the average American is going to be able to have. And even then, traveling overseas is getting so expensive to the point where only people with real money are going to be able to travel. Like they are wanting to trap Americans and make them work till they die, almost. And that is a very scary future that I don't want to be a part of, honestly. So
Or government pension alone, which little do they know, come the age of retirement, it's not going to keep up with the cost of living, and they will not be able to afford their day-to-day expenses. Instead of waiting for a certain age to retire, what you should be doing is planning ahead. Retirement is not an age, it is a number. Typically, your retirement number is calculated in this way. Your total expenses for a year times 25 is the amount you need in a portfolio in order to retire comfortably. The sooner you reach this number, the sooner you will be able to retire. For example, let's say, including inflation, you intend to spend $200,000 gross a year. This is before taxes. You will need a portfolio of $5 million in order to retire. And yes, when you're withdrawing from an RRSP, you will be taxed, and that's why I included the tax in this number. After taxes in Quebec, that'll leave you with $115,000, which will give you about $10,000 a month, which is pretty reasonable in my opinion, considering how expensive it is to live in Canada currently, and the prices are just going to keep increasing over time. Do you see a company or government leaving you with this much at the age of retirement? Probably not. This is why we have to plan ahead for ourselves. Stop leaving these important things in the hands of the government or some company that doesn't give two shits about you. Take care of yourself, plan ahead.
I feel pretty honored. Thomas Bishop, who's a big creator on here, just asked me to be on his radio show to talk about the struggles that we're all facing financially and not being able to save. So I'm looking forward to that and sharing that after that happens. But yeah, we all need to be concerned, and you all need to be concerned as younger Americans. It is very easy to have a good job and end up in my predicament at my age, which is 59, where you don't have any savings to retire, and it's a struggle to pay bills. And considering that a bag of chips is as much as an hour minimum wage pay is pretty messed up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But anyway, we all have to, think about solutions.
I didn't even think about that, bro. People hourly wages in like specific jobs is worth a bag of chips. Wow, bro. Is this what it's gotten to? An hour of work is worth a bag of chips? If I was someone working a 9-to-5 job, I'd be crashing out right now.
And solutions aren't billionaires running our government, for sure.
I'm going to be 55 this year, and I had to face something really uncomfortable. I have worked since I was 15 and I have nothing saved for retirement. And it's hard to say out loud, but it's true. But instead of letting that truth shape me, I'm letting it wake me up. I don't want to spend the rest of my life just trying to survive. I want to build income in a way that actually gives me freedom and flexibility and just enjoyment in life. So that's what I'm doing now.
I personally think that retirement isn't even a real thing. You know, I think that in most cases, you're going to be working on something, right? Whether it be for a company, whether it be for yourself. Okay. You're always working on something. And my mindset is that, like, hey, ditch the idea of having millions of dollars saved up for retirement and make enough money on a monthly basis to just fund your lifestyle, right? Obviously, putting money aside and having a cushion is very smart, very good thing to do, right? If you're able to do it, go for it. But I know that's not most people's reality. But I think that, like, trying to make at least, $5 to $10,000 a month purely online can give you a sense of freedom that you have never imagined. Especially location freedom. Being able to go wherever you want and still be able to work wherever you want and not having to put in PTO or vacation time off, and you're still able to just work. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I think people need to give up this idea of retirement. And the one thing that like really gets to me is that we were sold a very specific story as Americans on how the end of a working life was supposed to go. Work hard for 40 years, you retire in your mid 60s, you travel a little bit, spend time with your grandkids, live modestly but comfortably, of course, on your savings and your Social Security, right? And you can't rely on Social Security anymore. You maybe have to downsize every aspect of your life and enjoy the years that you have left without the pressure of a job hanging over you. I mean, we get like 75 years on this earth, if we're lucky. And they want us to work for 60 something years. Bro, you got about 5 to 10 good years left after that. That's a very short period of time, guys. Okay? And let's say you make all that money, right? And you retire. If you want to go live a good life, you can't even do that because, like, you have to now downgrade. Like, you can't even go pursue your dreams because now your back hurts. You can barely walk. It's like, what's the whole point? This was the deal that we were given, and that was what the whole thing was supposed to be building forward, as Americans. Now, be honest with me, guys. Tell me how many people that you know who actually believe this is what their retirement is going to look like. Because I don't know how many. What I know personally is that people in their 50s who are terrified, okay? They are terrified of what the future is bringing. It's what their future is going to become. People are really doing the math at night, and it's not adding up no matter how many times they run it. People who worked on their entire adult life, they are staring at their retirement accounts that won't even last them 5 years, let alone 10 to 30 years. We deserve a better plan than this, okay? And it's time that someone said that out loud for the people making these decisions to hear it.